Hello?
Yo,
Hey, mic check 1 2 1 2.
mic check 1 2 1 2.
Okay, we all good. We all good. Well, this is another edition of the Mind of Ivry podcast. I got a very special guest. Definitely somebody I can send a family. Darius Wilhite is here on the line, and I just want to, before we get started, I just want to let him know and let all that listen know that he's definitely somebody I consider family, somebody that's been there for me, been an inspiration for as long as I've known him, and definitely somebody about action and seeing the best in life. So I'm proud to have him on here, and I know he's gonna give everybody some insight that's definitely needed. So without further ado, Darius Woodhite, what's going on, man?
Hey, what's going on, man? I appreciate you having me on the show, bro. Like, it's an honor. I love what you're doing. I love listening to your show. So, appreciate you having me on. I'm ready to talk about a bunch of stuff. We're gonna talk about some crypto today, and just a little bit of stuff about what's going on in the Black community, and kind of like what we need to be doing as far as our finances. So we could jump into that. Do you want me to just lead it off, or?
Yeah. Go ahead, lead it off, man. Go ahead, and do your thing.
Okay, so first, I want to talk about myself a little bit. So, who am I, right? We just talked about that. I'm Darius, Elijah, my friend, of course, but I was in the Navy for about 8 years, I would say. And you got to say, like a lot of people say, okay, the Navy. Why you get out of the Navy? It's a pension plan. You do 20 years, you're done, you retire. It's a great opportunity. Why wouldn't you want to do it? Okay, it's two things for me personally. I need a passion. I need something to drive me. I need something I can follow. And two, I was making a decent amount of money. But the thing about it was, I wasn't handling things, to be honest with you, I wasn't handling my finances the way I was supposed to be handling them. And also, the money didn't match up to where I want to be in my lifestyle, the lifestyle I want to live. I tell people all the time, the thing that you got to do is, if you're struggling, you either got to do two things: get your finances in order. You need to do that regardless. You need to get your finances in order, and then two, or the second thing you could do is make more money. Because let's be honest, some of us are meant to live a different lifestyle. Some of us want to live a different lifestyle. But the first thing you got to do is find a way to live that lifestyle. So that's why I'm here today, to go over some of that information with you all and talk about how you can make more money specifically in crypto. Like, I'm not joking with you all. We talking about how to make money with crypto. Within the last 30 days, I've doubled my money, literally. So, okay, what is crypto? I'm gonna ask you. Do you know what crypto is?
I have an idea, but I know I'm not very, what I'm saying, up on that.
Okay, no problem. So I'm not gonna go into all the technical things of it, but this is what I'm gonna say. It's an asset, right? So Bitcoin was basically created to redistribute the wealth, because what happens with the government is, the banks are in control and they pretty much taking all the money. That's why you don't get an interest rate. Back in the day, you used to kind of get a higher interest rate, but now you get less than 1%. It's like 0.5, not even a whole percent, 0.05. It's not 1%. You get less than 1%. So it was kind of created to redistribute the wealth, whether people want to realize that or not. It was created to redistribute the wealth. But sadly, that's not really happening, because, especially in our community, when I say community, I talk about the Black community, but this message is for everybody. People, you don't have to be Black, you don't have to be Hispanic, you don't have to be white, you don't have to be anything. It's about everybody that's in the middle class or below. What's happening right now is the rich people in it, and they're getting richer. The rich people in it, and they're getting richer, while the poor people and the people in the middle class are not getting richer, which is what they're supposed to be doing. So it's great opportunities, and I wish I would have got in like everybody else. I'm no different. Like, let me go back to my story a little bit. I'm no different. I've been in credit card debt. I missed a couple of bills. Like, I missed a car payment. I've done everything you could think about. This message is for everybody. Like, if you have a student loan, you got credit card debt, bad credit, whatever. This message is for you, because I seriously want to get people out of the situation that they're in and into the next situation, because that's what this is doing for me. So, crypto is a digital asset. Not all of them. A bunch of them got different purposes, but to keep this short, it's an asset, right? So, what is an asset? An asset is things that appreciate in nature. And what's cool about it is these are assets like the top dogs, like the Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. These things are things you can get interest on. So your bank is only paying you less than 1%. Meanwhile, these blockchains, they're paying people 60%, 5%, 8%, 10% to hold these assets. So let me ask you a question. If you owned a house, houses appreciate in value because they're assets. If you owned a house, wouldn't you love if somebody pay you money on top of that house?
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, right? So that's basically what crypto is. It's like you could get this asset and you could earn more money from this asset. Now there's two types of cryptos. I mean, there's 100 types of cryptos, but I'm gonna break it down into two subtopics. You got Bitcoin, right? That's the biggest coin. That's the one that leads everything, and it's more like a asset. And you got Ethereum, and you got all these different type of coins. We're gonna put them all in one box because they're risky. They're a little bit more risky than everything else. But then you have stable coins, and this kind of what I really want to talk about today is because stable coins is we call them like USDC or USDT, and the reason because it's one for one. So every dollar you spend, you're going to get a dollar, and on top of that, you're going to get 8% interest on top of that. Meanwhile, your bank is giving you less than 1%. So think about that.
Mm.
Like literally.
Yeah.
So if
What?
you with if you with your bank, you keep $1,000 in there, and you're not gonna make no money, right? Literally, you
Yep.
less than 1% a year, you're not gonna have nothing, bro. If you put $100 less than 1%, you're not gonna have a dollar. If let's say it's you get 50 cent out of $100, if that, not even that. Meanwhile, you get 8%, $100 8.5, $1,000 like 85. Come on, like let's do the math here. Even if they take the capital tax gain out of you, still making money. And so, also while I'm on the show, I want to give a shout out to somebody that kind of introduced me to this. I don't know if you remember from NCSB1. I know you remember Martin. I know he's not listening, but that dude
Yeah.
was really trying to put everybody on the crypto at the time and Bitcoin at the time. And this was when it was less than a dollar, like really at the foundational level. And people was like, man, this dude is crazy. Why would he? Me personally, I was like, why would I invest in this? This is crazy. I'm not investing in this. This is digital, bro. I don't. I'm gonna get robbed. But now, if you look at it, you would have had 1 million. If you would have bought like 10 of them, you would have been up. It's 50,000. You would have $500,000 for a $10 investment back in the day. Probably even more than that.
And just to chime in real quick, one thing I do notice is that when somebody has a idea, depending on where you at in your life or the situation, sometimes it is looked at as crazy until it starts making sense. But I'm glad that you was somebody that seen the light, at a point where now you're able to give insight. And shout out to him as well. You know what I mean? It's always great to have people that we came up with and we know to see them do well, and then they share the ideals and things that got them to the point where they at. Because a lot of times in our community, we don't really do that. Like, well, I'm up, man. You got to find a way, what I'm saying, pull yourself up. So it's just, great for y'all too to, be the lead that front. So I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. That's another thing that I want to talk about is how like we're late to everything. Like, don't wait until somebody tells you this is the thing to do. What the world is waiting for right now is for the government to tell them that Bitcoin is safe, Litecoin is safe, Ethereum is safe. People waiting for these apps like Stash, Robinhood, Betterment, like all these different apps. They waiting for them to tell them, "Hey, we'll take the hard work out of it for you. Get an ETF, and we'll trade it for you, and you don't have to worry about anything." While that's great, by the time that happens, there's going to be no money to be made. Right now is the time for people to get in and make more money, make extra money. But if you wait to the end of the year or wait next year, 3 years is no rush. You still got time. You could dollar cost average in. You could do it like a regular savings account. But if you wait until an ETF comes out, and that could be tomorrow, because there's 8 ETFs filing the SEC. has 8 ETLs filings on hand right now. So when that comes out, you can forget about it. It's going to be pretty much no money to be made because it's going to skyrocket from there. So a question that I wanted to ask you, anybody that's listening, is that, so it's for anybody that wants to be a millionaire, billionaire, whatever. You got owners from PayPal, you got Elon Musk, you got JP Morgan, Fidelity, all these different companies that, MicroStrategy that's looking into Bitcoin. So if you knew Elon Musk personally and he came up to you and asked you, you want to be a millionaire, what would you say? Like, all you gotta do is follow me. He say, I can show you how to be a millionaire. All you gotta do is follow me. What would you say?
I say, hey, let's get the, let's get class in session. You know what I mean?
So when Darius come to you and tell you you need to get in Bitcoin, or when mine comes up and tell me I need to get in Bitcoin, why do we not listen?
I think personally, where that comes from is, it's almost like, okay, we see what y'all saying, it makes sense, or they can say it don't make sense, whatever, but they see that what you saying, they can follow up on it and see, okay, there's a trail for this. But then what it turns around to is like, well, they're not successful as where I think they should be for them to give me this information. So because of that, I'm gonna wait until somebody else says something, and then now my opinion has totally changed. And then, that's my point of it.
And that's perfect. You know why? Because if you said that 10 years ago, I understand because I was that person. But now we have the Elon Musk. Now we have the JP Morgans. Now we have the PayPal. These big companies, the government's looking at to create their own coin. The government, bro, is looking at creating their own coin. Now we have these people. All you have to do is go read the news, looking up on the internet. Now we have these people investing in it. They're investing in it. So now you don't have to worry about a Darius telling you to get into Bitcoin because the government's already telling you to do it. You just not listening yet. Your mind haven't connected the dots. So by the time they come out with a public message with the ETF, it's going to be too late.
And not to cut you off, but something else I was thinking about too while you were saying that, people, they'll take risk on whatever it is. They'll take risk on the lotto. They'll take risk on something illegal. But when it's something that that's legal, and you only thing you gotta do is the research, it's like they kind of hesitant. And another thing I'm realizing too, what I'm seeing is that, okay, well, I want to see my money now, so I have my money in there for, a week, a month. It's like they don't see the long. They waiting. They want to see something quick and fast instead of, okay, waiting for the long haul. Like, you don't get everything up front. It's it takes a while, but if you're doing your research, you doing necessary adjustments made to make sure that you monitoring what's needed to be monitored. You can see something successful come out of it. So I guess my question to you is, why do people feel comfortable with certain risks, but then other risks they kind of hesitant with because they're not seeing it up front? Like, what's the cause of that? What caused them to get in that mind state?
I don't have the exact answer for you, but I will say this is that I could understand people being more safe with stocks because it's Coca-Cola, Amazon, Tesla, Microsoft, Sony. These are the big guys, right? Like, they've been here. You're talking about decades. So people trust them a little bit more. But what I'm here to tell people is crypto don't pay you. I mean, not crypto. Stocks don't pay you interest. Unless you're getting dividends. A lot of stocks don't pay dividends. So unless you're getting dividends, stocks don't pay you interest. So that money's only growing if the company's growing. You could lose money in stocks too. Back in the day, you could lose the money in your bank. People don't even know that banks don't hold all the money. Like, if you go to your bank, yeah, you can pull your money out. But if everybody was to go to the bank today, you wouldn't be able to pull your money out. They don't have that money on hand. It's only a certain amount that they're required to hold at the bank. So everybody thinks that their money is safe in these stocks or at the bank, but that's not technically true. It's a risk in anything that you do. And just to give you a
Yeah.
little, Bitcoin's been here for over 10 years. So that foundation is there. And that's why you're starting to see these companies to invest in it. And that's why I really want to come on here and let people know, like 10 years, that's a good threshold. You see something alive for 10 years and it's still going up, that's a big deal.
Longevity is, it's
Longevity. And then another thing that I want to touch on was you talked about how, oh, they want the money right now. Well, I'm here to tell you, if you wait too long, the money's not gonna be here right now. I don't know what people are in that they're making money right now. They put their money in stocks and it goes nowhere. $100 or $50 or 10-year dollars, like over your time frame, you made let's say you had $100, or let's say you had $1,000, you got 8% return. Okay, cool, right? You got $80, but that's not that much, bro. That's cool, but that's not that much. It's sitting slow. Over time, it's gonna build. Yes, 40 years. If you want to get rich in 40 years, that's the perfect route for you. Especially if you're only doing ETFs. But right now in the crypto market, I guarantee you could double your money in 2 months. I can guarantee it. I've done it myself. I've done it myself. I found cryptos for less than $1 go to 5. I found one went from 4 to 20 in less than a month. And right now the cycle we in, basically the whole thing I want to tell people is the cycle that we in is the time you need to get in now. And over the long haul, if you don't even want to take a risk, I say the stable coins are the best option. USDC, USDT, 8% interest. That's even beating the average S&P 500 return. 8.5. It's beating the average S&P 500 return. So it's beating your glorious stocks return by not even taking any risk.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand what you're saying as far as that. You're gonna take a risk, or you're gonna do something to better your situation. So you can either do something that's gonna better it, and it takes a longer time, or you can do something where you can see it manifest. You know, depending on how much you put in there. I think a lot of times too, people they kind of penny pinch. They like, well, I'm gonna just do the bare minimum, and I want to see the max results. It doesn't work that way. You can't, give half, have the energy, and then you expect to get all the benefits from it. So I mean, definitely what you're doing is somebody that's a spokesperson of, they putting the time and effort behind it, and they getting the most out of it. So I definitely appreciate that. That's the type of people I want to be able to have on this platform. Somebody that they can talk about, where it started at, and then where they, what I'm saying, like what else they can give off as far as information to other people, because we need that, people that's actually in the field and doing the research and putting their money behind it, putting the mind and motivation behind it, and seeing it come to the fruition.
Exactly. And that's why I wanted to come on here. I figured it was so important. I come on here and I'll be on here again. It's a matter of just, I'm going to quit my job at the end of this month. That's a big deal. That's the type of money I'm talking. If you put the effort in, you could quit your job too. If you got student loans or credit card debt or whatever you got to do, this is an opportunity for you to get out of that situation. You don't even got to have that. You can just change your life. You tired of making 30,000, 40,000 a year. You ready to make 100? It's time to do it. And another thing that I want to talk about was how the pandemic was really an opportunity, and it's still an opportunity for a lot of the people to capitalize on their situation. This year alone, we had what, 3 stimulus checks?
The three of them, yep.
1,200, 1,400, 600. You could have invested in that. You could have invested that. I don't care what you did it in. You could have invested it. If you invested in crypto, which I'm preaching on because I'm a big fan of it, you could have tripled 5x that by now. 1,400, you could have invested that. I don't recommend people doing it. You got to do whatever you got to do to get out of your situation. It's going to require a little bit of risk. It's going to require a little bit of discipline. But you got to do whatever you got to do to get out of your situation. People collect the unemployment. So you got a stimulus check. People collect the unemployment this year. Didn't really need it. Some people needed it. Everybody didn't need it. Everybody didn't need an extra $400, $600 a week on top of the employment payout. You got people out here getting 1,200 every 2 weeks on top of any other money they got. They didn't need that. Some people did. If you did, then you needed it. But some people didn't need it. You could have capitalized on that and made that go even farther. So what I'm telling you is, take that stimulus check, take that unemployment, take that extra $50 you got in your check, $100. I guarantee we can make it go a long way. And I'm not gonna hold you, but I know for sure this year I can guarantee it. I have a program going on right now. I got 10 slots. You invest 1,000 with me, I'm gonna turn it into three. So this year, I'm gonna make people $30,000 or 20,000 profit. $30,000 in my hands. I'm guaranteeing it. And I'll keep you updated because I'm gonna be back on the show again. But I wanted to give you that information first on your podcast that I'm gonna be doing that along with making my situation better. So not only am I making my situation better, I'm making other people's situation better. But you know what the crazy thing is, bro?
Yeah.
I don't even wanna. I'm doing this because I care about the people. But I wouldn't care if nobody wanted to work for me. I want you to do it for yourself. That's even better because you're pocketing everything that you got. You can take the middle. I always say take the middleman out of it. But if
And
you're
that's
scared
some
to
real.
take risks, go ahead.
Yeah, yeah. I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's something I want to also speak on real quick about how you're somebody that you do it for more than just yourself. You know what I mean? You looking at the bigger picture, and as far as building our communities, that's what we need. Everybody feels like we just have to depend on one person to get the job done. When we can, if we all work together and we push and motivate each other, we can get a lot done in our community, not just in the black community, but just what I'm saying, in this country alone. So I just feel like what you're doing, I believe in it, and for myself, I definitely understand that you put the time into this. So anybody that listens to this playback, they're gonna understand. Okay, you know what? Let me stop. Tiptoeing into this water, and what I'm saying, put my whole foot in there, and just get ready to go through this journey. Because I feel like that's what's needed, man. We need people like you who are they're gonna be solid in their stance. They're not gonna backpedal. Well, you should do this now. You might do this or you might do that. So I'm not sure on that, but even with the losses, you get a lesson learned. And I think people, they hate taking L's because they're like, well, I got to start over. The best thing about having to, maybe redo something again, you can do it even better and learn how to tell somebody else, hey, avoid this, avoid that. Even if you fail, you can still get back up. I'm a product of somebody that's made it. So I just want to say I acknowledge that, man. That's what we need. People that's going to be honest and vulnerable, but at the same time, too, say, hey, what I'm saying, kicking in high gear, if you depending on this handout, you turn that into something that's gonna make you and your family wealthy for years to come.
Exactly, exactly. And we definitely need that in the community. We need people to speak up. We need people to come together. We need people to help other people build because it's a process. Nothing happens overnight. Like all this information I learned, it didn't happen overnight. I had to go out and get it. I had to go out and research about it. So, we need people out there to spread the information. And, if you're looking for somebody to just give you more information about crypto in general, get you started, download the app, whatever you want to do, feel free to, go on my Instagram at Darius Wilhite. I mean, it's pretty simple. Um, Email me at dwilhite2020 at gmail.com. I have a Discord, Rich Access. So I'm looking forward to working with people for free. I'm gonna work with you for free. So take the information from me. You're getting information from somebody that started from nothing, not somebody that already had $100,000 and turned it to. That's easy. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's way easier to turn $100,000 to $1 million than turn 1,000 to 100,000 or 1,000 to 10. It's way easier. It's a little bit easier. We got a lot of capital to work with. So this is why I decided to come on here, and I want to thank you for having me.
Yeah, exactly, man. And also too, whenever I post this, it will have all your links associated as well. So that way, if people they didn't get a chance to maybe hear this part or whatnot, they still be able to go on there and find you, because that's the thing about it. I think a lot of times people they're looking for information, they just don't know where to start or where to go. But they will know after they get done listening to this where to begin their journey at. So and hopefully it's going to be with you. That way everybody can all grow together and they can understand you're not somebody that's just trying to maneuver off of somebody else. You always been somebody down to help, and your blessing is gonna come in a very strong way for the things you've done for people behind the scenes that nobody even know about. But you know what I'm saying, you definitely will be blessed for your just being diligent and a servant of seeing the people around you do well, and just being a leader, man. That's everybody who knows you, they know he's a leader. He's somebody that we may not agree or we may not see what he sees, but then when it happens, it's be like, man, we wish we had his vision. So that's somebody you always been, and I can definitely vouch for that.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That's a high praise from you, and coming from you, that means a lot. So once again, thank you. And the biggest thing, like when you post the links, if anybody want to get in contact, I highly recommend you join my Discord. It's growing by the day, week. It's growing, and we're building a community in there. So that's the biggest thing. Join my Discord. I'm gonna give you the gems that I believe in, the coins that's gonna 10x for you. The coins that's gonna make you a good amount of money, and also the safe play. I have two different channels on there. I have one for people that's looking for more safe stuff and one that's looking for more risky stuff.
And I also want to mention something else too. I know you have another topic you want to discuss. I also want to mention too that with Darius, he's definitely somebody that he's younger than me, and I want people to understand: do not let your pride get in the way of learning and being able to build for yourself. Because at the end of the day, you can have somebody that's 30 years, 10 years, 5 years younger than you, and they can give you information that can change your whole life 360. Too many times we do enough to get the 180, but we don't get the full turn. So for Darius, he's somebody that definitely behind the scenes by his actions has made a very impactful just change in my life for sure. And I'm going to continue to listen to him and see what he got going on, because Darius, as long as with Anthony Green, I'm gonna give him a shout out real quick. Have been two guys that's been family for me, through things I've went through and stuff like that. They've had my back, and one thing with them was they always knew how to say certain things, but to be honest, it was always honest. Whatever they said, no matter how I took it, it was just them being honest, and that's what we need. We need honest friends. We need friends that have the mentality to see you do well and not, and for it to be genuine. You know what I'm saying? If somebody's gonna help you out, you want it to be genuine. Not, oh well, you see, I told you this, I did that. I'm the reason why you at where you at. No, you don't need nobody like that. You know what I'm saying? Them more so hanger on us, and then when something goes down with them now, they seem to be the ones that's like looking at you like, where's the handout out? So I just definitely again got to give you that shout out, man, because there's a lot of things that people don't know that you definitely helped in being inspiration in my life. So I'm never gonna just
Same,
take that
bro.
for granted
Same.
at all.
I appreciate that, man. You know how much you mean to me. So, yeah.
Yeah, man.
But that's all I got for everybody today. Join my Discord. I guarantee you. I'm not a financial advisor. We got to say that. But I guarantee you gonna make some money.
Hey, that's good, man. Hey, was there anything else you wanted to touch on, or you just wanted to plug real quick?
No, God bless. Everybody stay safe out here in the pandemic. And hopefully come to an end soon. Capitalize on your situation. Take care of your family and love all.
All right. Well, hey, nothing else. This has been another edition of the Mind Virus Podcast, and hey, y'all check Darius out. Peace.
All right, see y'all next episode. Peace.
All right.